Tractate Sanhedrin, page 36. A. Top of the page with the words Ma Yom Tov Shenidcha Mipnei Korban Yachid. Just as with regard to a festival which is overridden due to an offering of an individual, Ein Ritzicha Doche Oto Korban Yachid Shu Dochet Yom Tov Ein Odin Shelo Dei Ritzicha Doche Oto. Just as with regard to a festival which is overridden due to an offering of an individual, as voluntary offerings of individuals are sacrificed on festivals, and nevertheless, murder does not override it, as the court does not execute one liable to receive court-imposed capital punishment on a festival. With regard to an offering of an individual which does override a festival, is it not logical that murder should not override it? Therefore, unlike the explanation of Abaye, the court should not take a priest to him in the event he is liable to receive capital punishment, if this will result in the offering of an individual not being sacrificed. Hanich lamandamar ein nidari unidavos kerevin beyom tov ela lemanda omar nidarim unidavois kerevin beyom tov ma'ikele meimal. Rava clarifies, this works out well according to the one who says that vow offerings and gift offerings of individuals are not sacrificed on a festival, since the offerings of an individual do not override a festival. There is no place for this, a fortiori inference. But, according to the one who says that vow offerings and gift offerings of individuals are sacrificed on a festival, what is there to say? Why would one not make the above kal v'chomer, a fortiori inference? Ela amarave Loi mi boy le manda mani dori muni da voice kerevin beyom tov da hala mitkayem me'im bizbechi klan. Rather, Rava says that Abaye's explanation of the verse is correct according to all opinions. It is not necessary to say that the inference is incorrect, according to the one who says that vow offerings and gift offerings of individuals are sacrificed on a festival, as according to that opinion, one cannot justify the verse of from my altar at all, as there is no distinction between the offering of an individual and a communal offering, as both override a festival. Accordingly, a court-imposed capital punishment should not override either type of offering. Ela filu lemanda omar nidarim unidavois ein krev meyom tov haketiv mi'im mizbechi hameyuchad li umayninu tamid amar rachmano me'im mizbechi tikachenu lamut. But even according to the one who says that vow offerings and gift offerings of individuals are not sacrificed on a festival, in which case Abaye's explanation is possible, this is difficult. But isn't it written from my altar? The term my altar indicates my altar, the offering that is designated to me. And what offering is this? It is the daily offering. And yet, the merciful one states, you shall take him from my altar that he may die. Accordingly, the verse is not stated specifically with regard to an offering of an individual. Dine mamanos, hatmaos v'atameos v'atahayros v'chule. Amarav, ana havai b'minyana debe rebi. Uminayi didi havo matchali beresha v'ha'anan matchilin min hagadol tanan. The Mishnah teaches that in the case of monetary law, likewise, in the cases of ritual impurity and purity, the judges commence expressing their opinions from the greatest of the judges. Rav says, I was among the quorum of judges in the school of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, and they would commence from me, meaning I was the first when ascertaining the opinions of the judges. The Gemara questions the statement, but we learned in the Mishnah that the judges commence expressing their opinions from the greatest of the judges. And Rav was one of the junior judges of that court. Amar Rabba b'rei dirave v'itema Rabbi Hillel b'rei Rabbi Vales. Shani minyana debei Rabbi techuluhu minyanayu min sad havu matchili. Rabba, the son of Rava, says, and some say it was Rabbi Hillel, the son of Rabbi Valis, who says, the counting of the vote in the court, in the school of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, is different, as all of their deliberations and the counting of the vote would commence from the side benches, where the least significant judges sit. This was because Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi was held in such high esteem that once he expressed his opinion, no one would be so brazen as to contradict him. Ve'omar Rabba b'rei derove v'item Rabbi Hillel b'rei Rabbi Vales Moshe ve'ad Rabbi lo matzinu Torah u'gedula b'makom echad. And with regard to the greatness of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, Rabba, the son of Rava, says, and some say that it was Rabbi Hillel, the son of Rabbi Valis, who says, from the days of Moses until the days of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, we do not find unparalleled greatness in Torah knowledge and unparalleled greatness in secular matters, including wealth and high political office, combined in one place, in a single individual. Velo havi Yehoshua havi Elazar havi Pinchas havi Zakanim. The Gemara asks, but was there not such a person? Wasn't there Joshua, who was unparalleled in both domains? The Gemara answers, during his time there was Elazar, who was Joshua's equal in Torah knowledge. The Gemara asks, but wasn't there Pinchas, who outlived Elazar? The Gemara answers, there were elders who were equal with Pinchas in Torah knowledge. Havi Shaul, havi Shmuel, v'hanach nafsheh, kulehu shnei ka'amrinan. The Gemara further objects, but wasn't there Saul, who was unparalleled in both domains? The Gemara answers, there was Samuel, who was Saul's equal in Torah knowledge. The Gemara answers, but didn't Samuel die in Saul's lifetime, leaving Saul the leading figure in both domains? The Gemara answers, we meant to say that from the days of Moses until the days of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, there was no other single individual who reigned supreme in Torah and greatness of all the years that he was the leader of the Jewish people. V'havi David, havi Ira, hayairi, v'hanach nafsheh, kule shnei kamrinan. The Gemara asks, but wasn't there David, who was both the greatest in Torah authority and the most powerful temporal authority of his day? The Gemara answers, there was Ira, the Yairite, who was David's equal in Torah knowledge. The Gemara objects, but didn't Ira, the Yairite, die in David's lifetime? The answer is, we meant to say that there was no other single individual who reigned supreme in Torah greatness for all the years that he was the leader of the Jewish people. V'yahavi Shlomo Havishim ben Gera V'hakat le Kulishnein Kamrinan. The Gemara asks, but wasn't there Solomon, who was unparalleled in both domains? The Gemara answers, during his day, there was Shimi ben Gera, who was Solomon's master in Torah knowledge. The Gemara objects, but didn't Solomon kill him at the beginning of his reign? See Kings 1, chapter 2. The Gemara answers, we meant to say that there was no other single individual who reigned supreme in Torah and greatness for all the years that he was leader of the Jewish people. Havi Chizkiah, Havi Shebna, V'ha Iktil, Kula Shnei, Kamrinan, Havi Ezra, Havi Nehemiah ben Chalkiah. The Gemara further objects, wasn't there Hezekiah, who was both leading Torah scholar of his age and also the king of his people? The Gemara answers, there was Shebna in that generation, who was Hezekiah's equal in Torah knowledge. The Gemara asks, but wasn't he killed in the war against Sanhedrin? The Gemara answers, we meant to say that there was no other single individual who reigned supreme in Torah and greatness for all the years that he was the leader of the Jewish people. The Gemara asks, but wasn't there Ezra, who was the greatest Torah sage of his day and the leader of the Jewish people? The Gemara answers, there was Nehemiah, son of Chilkiah, who was his equal. Amar Rav Ada bar Ahava, Afani Omer, Bimot Rebbe ad Rav Ashi, lo matzinu Torah ugedule b'makom echad. Vela, ve'aha, have Huna bar Natan. Huna bar Natan mekaf, have kiyaf le Rav Ashi. Rav Ada bar Ahava says also, I also say a similar statement. From the days of Rabbi Yehuda Nasi and until the days of Rav Ashi, we do not find unparalleled greatness in Torah knowledge and unparalleled greatness in secular matters, including wealth and high political office, combined in one place, meaning a single individual. The Gemara asks, but was there not such a person? But wasn't there Huna bar Natan, who lived during the time of Rav Ashi, who enjoyed both great Torah scholarship and great wealth? The Torah answers, Huna bar Natan was subordinate to Rav Ashi, who was his superior in both domains. Dini nefashos matchilim min atzad minahani mili amar Ravacha bar Papa amar kra lo ta'aneh al rif lo ta'aneh al rav. The Mishnah teaches that in case of capital law, the judges commence issuing their opinions from the side benches where the least significant judges sit. The Gemara asks, from where are these matters derived? Ravacha bar Papa says, the verse states, neither shall you answer in a case, Exodus 23:2, and the sages interpret, neither shall you answer after the master. Do not dispute the opinion of the greatest among the judges. Therefore, were the judges to commence issuing their opinions from the greatest of them, and he would say that the accused is liable, no judge would acquit him. Rabba bar bar Chana, Amar Rabbi Yochanan mehacha, Vayomer David anashav, chigru ish et charbo v'chagru ish et charbo v'chagor gam David et charbo. Rabba bar bar Chana says, Rabbi Yochanan says, the source of this practice from here. When David decided to punish Nabal the Carmelite, the verse states, and David said to his men, every man gird his sword, and every man girded his sword. And David also girded his sword. 1 Samuel 25:13. That was the case of capital law, and David, the greatest among them, was last. Amar Rav, Shone Adam letalmido, v'dan imo b'dini nefashot, me'tiviat ha'arat me'ois, ha'av u'beno, ha'av v'talmido, monin lahem shnayim. Dine mamanot, v'dini nefashot, v'dini makot, kiddush ha'chodesh v'hibur shana, av u'beno, ha'av v'talmido, ein monin lahen, ela echad. Rav says a person may teach a student the relevant material and then judge cases of capital law with him. And this student can participate in the deliberations and serve as one of the judges. The Gemara raises an objection from a Braita to Sefer 7.2. In case of ritual purity and impurity, if two of the judges are a father and his son, or a teacher and his student, the court counts them as two opinions by inference. In cases of monetary law, and case of capital law, and case of laws involving the punishment of lashes, as well as court proceedings concerning sanctification of the month and the intercalation of the year, if two of the judges are a father and his son, or a teacher and his student, the court counts them only as one opinion, as it is assumed the son or the student will merely echo the opinion of his father or teacher. This contradicts the ruling of Rav,